Shalom, shalom. Want to first and foremost give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High, and we do so by Sham Hamashiach Yahushai, not by Shem, but by Sham Hamashiach Yahushai. So we're back here again. You know, another lesson, another class. Right? Today's going to be a pretty interesting one. Right? We're going to talk about why ends. Right? Why ends. Right? So this culture is something that has kind of pretty much taken the world by storm. This why in culture, the why in behavior, which lets us know that we are at the end times, right? Because all this stuff is talked about and prophesied throughout the scriptures, right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's open up with the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all by Sham Hamashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Sham Hamashiach Yahushai. So let me first and foremost, let's pull up this chart real quick. Let me pull up this chart real quick. All right. So this is the chart that we will be using for tonight's lesson, right? For tonight's class, right? Bootsy Badass, he's a gentleman that's pretty well respected for his street credibility, right? He came out like in the early 2000s. He came out, you know, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Pretty well respected. He kind of probably has the most true and closest to the chart, right? So we see the ages 13 to 24, you're considered a YN. So from 0 to 12, you know, you're considered a little nigga, right? 13 to 24, you're considered a YN, right? Which means young nigga. 25 to 35, you big bro. From 36 to 48, you unk. I'm in that category, 36 to 48. So big unk. So unk is going to give y'all a lesson today on this YN culture, right? So 36 to 48, that's unk. 49 and up, you're considered old head, pops, or old school, you know, or school, how they say down south, right? So let's go to the book real quick of Deuteronomy. And this verse that I'm going to bring out is pretty much is what's going to lead tonight's conversation. Deuteronomy 21, and I'm going to start at verse 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, so you have a son that's a rebel, a YN, right? If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, meaning punished him, corrected him, will not hearken unto them. Like he still don't want to listen. Your little rebel still does not want to obey, be obedient, right? To your word. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, put their hands on him, right? Jack him up, rough him up a little bit, and bring him out unto the elders of his city, meaning bring them to who? The old heads, the pops, the schools, ages 49, 60 plus. These are supposed to be the elders. You know, we know it starts at 50, right? But, you know, according to the world standard, what Bootsy had put out, 49 and up, you were considered the elders, right? The scripture says 50 and up, you're an elder, right? But that YN is supposed to be brought to the elders, right? And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this is what the parents should say. This our son is stubborn and rebellious, meaning he's a YN that don't want to act right. He want to do what he wants to do. He's a rebel. Help me with my rebel. It says he will not obey our voice. He is a glutton, meaning all he does is stay home all day. He plays the PlayStation, right? He don't want to get a job. He's a terrorist and a menace to the neighborhood, right? He eats up all the food in the refrigerator and don't put nothing in there. He's a glutton and a drunkard. All he wants to do is drink Buzz Balls all day. Mad, well, I don't know if they even do the Mad Dog up anymore, right? But was it Four Loko? He wants to drink Four Loko all day and smoke weed. That's all he wants to do. Verse 21, and all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die. That's what's supposed to happen to the rebel, to the YN that doesn't want to get right. It says, so shalt thou put evil away from among you, because that rebellious behavior is evil. That's what the Bible is teaching us. And all Israel shall hear and fear. They're going to say, you heard what happened to Donnell, right? Donnell was just so disrespectful that his parents had to take him to the elders, to the old heads, to the pops, to the old schools. And Donnell got stoned to death. And they're going to say, oh, you know what? I don't want to be a YN no more, right? I don't want to do that no more. You know, I want to, and, you know, one of Bootsy's songs is, if you make it to see 25, my nigga, you are OG. That's one of Bootsy's lyrics out of his songs, right? If you make it to see 25, my nigga, you are OG, right? So he's not lying about that, right? Because most YNs, they crash out, which now is going to lead us to the definitions that we're going to be using, right? So we got what a YN is and the age group. So now let's learn what the lingo is, right? So let me share my screen. And let me go to, where is it? Let's go to Urban Dictionary, right? Urban Dictionary. Let me blow this up a little bit. Let me see. Let me make this bigger. Make this bigger, you know, because we have a generation that's really disconnected from this younger generation, right? So I got to make sure we all on the same page going into tonight's lesson, right? Make it a little bit bigger for those that got bad eyesight out there. Okay, there we go. That should be good enough. So YN, young nigga, right? That's what it says. It's from Urban Dictionary, right? So now let's go to the next definition that we're going to be using, which is, let me type it in. Crash. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me type in this definition. This is our other working we're going over our working definitions that we're going to be using for tonight's lesson, right? So crash out means to get really mad or upset, lose all your self-control. So that's what crashing out is, right? YNs, they crash out. This is their behavior, right? Okay. And the other word, I don't think they have it. Well, let me see if they got it on Urban Dictionary. This is another word that we're going to use that these youngins use too. This is what YNs use. These are words that YNs use. And this is what we're going to be correcting and rebuking today, right? Demon time. This is another word that YNs use. All these are behavior patterns that YNs use, right? So demon time. Any time of the night past 11 p.m., a time of pure effery. When the F-boys come out to play, people's feelings are not taken into account. An individual may start saying some out-of-pocket S. You can be on demon time for anything, like being on demon time with some P. You can be on demon time with, anything. And that's from 5E04, right? Who's a rapper, right? So those are our working definitions for tonight's lesson. So now let's go ahead and get into our first video, right? Let's get into our first video for tonight. Okay, let me stop screen. Let me see. Let me share my screen. Let me see what. Okay. Let's get into the first video.
And give our thoughts on it, you know? So they're saying this is New Orleans' annual Red Dress Run. It's the Red Dress Run in New Orleans. This is a popping event. Seems like it's majority black men up here. See a couple white people down here, so not only black men. My question on where are the black women, right?
All right, let's stop right here, right? So this is an event in New Orleans, right? The red dress run. And what we see is we see some YNs right here, right? Wearing red sequin dresses. Now let's go to the scripture. Go to the scriptures, because actually, you know what? Let's actually pull up let's go to the book of what is it? Proverbs 22. And let's go to verse 6 first. Proverbs 22 and verse 6. Let's start with that. Train up a child in the way he should go. So the instructions from the Bible is to train up a child in how he should behave, the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. What we see is up here is YNs that have not been trained up in the way that they should go. And so because no father was inside of the home, no uncle was in the home that was correcting them. Because remember, right, the age for the elders, right, is according to the chart from Bootsy, right, is 49 and up, right? So there was no 49 and up, or no big brothers, no big bro, right? Let me see what big bro was again. Let me see what age it was big bro. There was no big bros, 25 to 35, letting these 13 to 24-year-old YNs know, like, look, you ain't supposed to be dressing like that. You ain't supposed to be acting like that, right? It didn't start when they were little niggas from 0 to 12, when the YNs are supposed to be teaching the little ones, right? Because what's this old saying? Each one teach one so we can reach one. So it's supposed to start it with the YNs helping the little niggas out, right? The LNs out. And then it's supposed to go from the big bros showing the YNs the way to go, and then the unks showing the big bros to go, and then the old school, the pops and the old heads teaching all of them, everybody. How we have in our culture right now, how you have elders that can teach from the top all the way down. That's how it's supposed to go in our culture right here, right? So again, it says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So let's go back. Let's go back to the video, right? So we see right here in New Orleans, right? We see these men wearing red dresses, right? Let's go to the verse where they were not trained on. Deuteronomy chapter 22. And let's go to verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, right? So it's telling women they can't wear things that belong to men, which is pants. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. So a man should not be wearing a red pencil silicone dress that shows his whole physique off, right? Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Most High thy power. So men that dress like women, the Bible says that they are an abomination. Let's see what happens to abominations, right? Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 22. And let me see where we're going to go to. Let me see. What is it? Let's see. Actually, 20. Let me see. Bear with me. Let's get this real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's go to Ecclesiasticus. That's what I want. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus 15 and let's go to verse 13. Let's see how the Most High feels about abominations. The Most High hateth all abomination. So the Most High hates men that wear red dresses and go into the red dress walk. The Most High hateth all abomination, and they that fear the Most High love it not. So it shouldn't be no body that's going to agree with this behavior. Because if you fear the Most High, you're going to rebuke this behavior. But we don't have big bros that rebuke this behavior right here. We don't got unks that rebuke this behavior right here. We don't got old school pops and elders that rebuke this behavior right here. Right? It says, and they that fear the Most High love it not. We don't love this thing. We don't like this thing right here. Let's play on.
I'm seeing mostly men and black men and white people. There's some white guys there too. Now, maybe I just don't have enough context about this. I'm trying to be objective here. Maybe it's something that I'm missing. Maybe this is just part of the New Orleans swag. People, anybody from New Orleans?
This ain't part of the New Orleans swag right here. This is part of a wicked generation. That's what it's part of. Because the YNs have taken this generation by storm. Let's get it real quick. Proverbs chapter 30. And let's go to verse let's start at verse 11. Proverbs 30 and verse 11. There is a generation that curseth their father. This is a generation that has no fathers in the home. They are bastards, right? No father is in the home. It says there is a generation that curseth their father. Most YNs are angry with their fathers because they was not around, right? They always was out doing something else instead of spending time with them. So this generation said, F my dad. Forget that nigga, right? He wasn't there for me, right? So this says there's a generation that curseth their father. That's why you got a generation of men putting on dresses right now. It says, and doth not bless their mother, right? Because the mom don't got no control of anything at all, right? That mom that's inside of the house, she's inside of the house just collecting some stamps, collecting some benefits off that child. The mom is out in the club. The mom is out getting come on, let's be honest, getting them things clapped. Verse 12, there's a generation that are pure in their own eyes. This generation is so proud, so pure in their own eyes, right? This YN generation, you can't tell them nothing. Like if you go up and tell them, hey, brother, you ain't supposed to be wearing no dress, they're going to be ready to pull out the blicky on you with switches, right? That's what they're going to be ready to do. Shoot the whole place up because they're emotional, because they was raised by their mama. It says there's a generation that are pure in their own eyes, and yet it's not washed from their filthiness. We read that in the Bible. This is an abomination right here. It is an abomination for a man to be dressing like a woman. He has on a prom outfit, right? He got on a formal outfit, a homecoming formal outfit is what he's wearing right now with biceps. Give me a break here. Verse 13, there's a generation, oh, lofty are their eyes. Lofty are their eyes. Let me get a quick definition of what that word lofty means real quick. I'm not going to share the screen, Bob. I'm just going to read it off of Edom Online real quick. What lofty means, right? Lofty, exalted of high rank, as also with a high purpose. Me. I. Lofty in their own eyes. That's what that means right there. The me generation, the I generation. It says, and their eyelids are lifted up. Verse 14. There is a generation, right? There's a generation whose teeth are as swords, meaning they are quick to curse somebody out. They are quick to go lose their cool. They are quick to crash out. That's what it means. There's a generation whose teeth are as swords, meaning they are quick to crash out. It says, and their jaw teeth as knives, meaning they bound to say anything and everything, right? And will mumble it over a beat. It says to devour the poor from off the earth. The poor is who? That's us. They are quick to kill their own because we're in the same conditions. We're in the same ghettos, the same barrio, the same slums. It says are quick. It says to devour the poor from off the earth and the needy from among men, right? That's this generation. Quick to pull out the blicky on you. Let me read that again, verse 14 again. There's a generation whose teeth are as swords and their jaw teeth as knives to devour the poor from off the earth, right? I'm smoking on that Man, look, man, I'm smoking on that man, right? I'm smoking on that what else? What did it say? I'm smoking on that Ray, right? I'm smoking on that Dante pack, right? I'm smoking on that little Jimmy pack, right? That's what it means by to devour the poor from off the earth and the needy from among men, because who needs more than the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Let's jump down to verse 17. The eye that mocketh at his father, right? Because again, we read and we understand that this generation, they don't have no daddy, so they mock their dads. Oh, that nigga, he dead or whatever. I'll piss on his, talks mad stuff about their dads, right? Because the dad wasn't around, right? It says, and despiseth to obey his mother. These lions don't care what their mom say once they turn 13 years old, right? It says the ravens of the valley shall pick it out. What does that mean, the ravens of the valley? Well, a raven is a bird of prey, just like an eagle is a bird of prey. The ravens is talking about these other nations, chiefly Esau, the so-called Caucasian. It says the ravens of the valley shall pick it out, meaning they're going to pick these little YNs out and they're going to start plucking them out and put them into the system, right? That's what it means. And the young eagle shall eat it, right? Meaning they're going to eat off your music that you make. Because come on, look where, what's his name is at? What's his name? King Von, right? You got people eating off his records that don't look like us. King Von he's probably the president of the YNs, right? He's who all the YNs idolize, who they want to be like, have with a quick body count, right? Young Thug, he's who the YNs want to be like. That's why you got Negroes wearing dresses. Let's play on.
If you watch this channel, you follow me. Let me know. Let me know. Did you attend this event? I just had some of my homies come back from New Orleans. Now I'm questioning, was they out there at this event? I don't know. My thing is, fellas, can we leave something for the woman? Yeah, I want to do everything the girls are doing. Can we leave?
No, they don't want to leave nothing for the woman, right? These dudes want y'all spot women. You got dudes wearing purses, painting the nails, right? Doing everything a woman does. No, they ain't gonna leave nothing for the woman.
Leave something. Can we leave the red dresses for the woman? Like, this is nothing I think is cool about this. I don't know if this is for a cause or a celebration, or they just want to wear dresses. I'm not sure. And that brings me to something else I've also.
You see, let's look at this. Let's look at these.
I don't know if this is a troll or not. Let me pull it up.
All right, look at this right here.
This right here. Men wearing skirts is apparently a new fashion.
Look at it. Look at this. Look at this Negro's calves. Like, this dude look like he runs track and field. Look at them legs right there. And the skirt he's wearing on. Like, this is part of YN behavior right here, y'all. This is part of the tradition right here. Some of them will dress like women, but they're dangerous though, right? You say something about them wearing these little tutus, right? They're going to shoot up the whole block. They're going to spread up the whole the block. And like I said, these they don't carry no little regular, like, little Glock 19s, Glock 17s anymore. They got switches on it. They got Dracos on it, right? And if you don't know what a Draco is, it's an AK-47 that's sawed off, right? They don't play anymore at all. And they don't care about life whatsoever. That's why it's called crashing out. They will literally throw away their whole life behind some ignorant stuff. You don't like their music. You tell them that the music is garbage. They will crash out behind that thing. Why? Because they was not raised with fathers in their homes.
Trend. So there's already the red dress run. But now we have the YNs are wearing skirts. Hey, look, to me, to each his own. Everybody want to do their own thing. I don't really approve of it, but hey, y'all gonna do what y'all want.
Nah, and you supposed to be in the age category with big bro. Yo, we got to start correcting. If we older, right? Even if you're the same age, yo, we have to start correcting our people. Hey, brother, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Hey, sister, stop being a 304. We have to get back to correction, especially those who call themselves Israelites, especially those who say that they are in the truth, right? Let's see what the truth is real quick. For those who say that they're in the truth, this is what the truth is. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 119. This is what it means to be in the truth. Psalms 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So if you're keeping the laws, you are in the truth. The law says a man should not wear what a woman wears. That pertaining to a woman. That's being in the truth right there. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right?
To do everybody, we in America, we got the right to put on whatever we want. If we want to wear dresses, we can do that.
You don't got you. Yeah, you can do what you want to do in this beast system, but understand that there will be a punishment for that. When the Most High sends His Son back, Hamashiach Yahushai, right? There will be a punishment for this abominable behavior right here.
We want to wear skirts, we can do that. We want to make the new swag, that's okay. I will say, like they said, once again, the Boondocks saw it coming. You got your boy Riley right here, looking crazy. That boy Riley looking crazy.
Look at this is crazy.
I don't know, man. All I can say is not my son, not my nephews.
Let's get the next video. Let's get the next video, right? Because we're gonna get into some stuff. We're gonna get into some real stuff. Let's see. Let's get into the next video. Let me remove this. Remember, this is the YN age right here. 13 to 24. 13 to 24, you're a YN, right? This is just where we're at right now in the world, in society, right? So let's go to the next video, which is, let me see. What's the next video? Let me get the next video, which is this dude, right? Because there's a new trend going on, or there's this thing going on called 6'7", right? If your child is saying 6'7" and doing the hands gesture and saying 6'7", this is what this is all about. Let's see. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull this up real quick. Where is that? Where is that? Let me pull this up real quick. One second, bear with me. All right, let me share my screen. So if your child is running around here talking about 6'7", 6'7", you really got to pay attention to what your children are doing, right? We have to pay attention to what our children are doing. We must keep up with the times. You don't be that parent that's just disconnected from what your children is doing and the things that they are saying, right? You can't be that one, right? You can't be that one. Let's see what this whole 6'7" thing is that
they just wanted to arrest me though, so I ended up getting arrested.
G6, I'm lifted. I just walked inside the Onyx, blew a dub. Nigga try walk down on a block, we do them slugs.
Yeah, it's me. I'm with Rap TV, and before we get up out of here, I'm about to show y'all what I do every day. I'm about to feed my alligator trank.
Okay, so this man name is 6'7". It froze right on the spot, right? You see he got mask in the back, right? Look. The music industry is nothing but sorcery, right? This is what puts our children in a trance. This is what leads to the behavior of what our children do. This is what influences them. This is why you got a whole generation talking about they on demon time because of their influences. This man, Skrilla, right? That's his name. He is an influencer. He will influence your children to follow Satan, right? Let's play it.
No, I am Kensington. Yeah, I am Kensington. I'm like the face of that shit though. Like you listening to Skrilla, but you listening to Kensington.
He said Voodoo City. That's what he called that Voodoo City. He said it written real subtly, right? Voodoo City. Kensington is a place they call Zombie Land. It's in Philadelphia, right? It's a place where everybody just linked off of. They just. They burnt out. Let me put it like that. They burnt out.
A lot of people can't relate to my music because it's Kensington music. You know what I'm saying? It's local music. Like growing up though, just being down there growing up though, I always kind of thought that every neighborhood, I kind of thought everywhere was like that though. Even in different cities, I thought it was just like that. Everybody's junkied out on drugs or just not in the right state of mind though. I kind of thought everything was like that until I started moving around, going to different schools. When I was moving to different parts of the city and I'm seeing how it's totally opposite. And I was like, literally the opposite of from Kensington to like Uptown or West Philly or so. It's literally the total opposite though. And I kind of was like surprised though, like during my younger age, like surprised that everywhere wasn't the same though. You gotta adapt to where you are though. Everything's not like how it is in Kensington though.
Ground zero of our local heroin epidemic lies in the heart of Philadelphia's Kensington section.
And I want to stop this real quick. So, you know, I was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, right? When I was coming up, right, it wasn't dudes would rap about selling drugs, right? Now dudes are rapping about using drugs. Make that make sense right there. So we not only are these YNs they bugged out, but they are juiced up off of all types of drugs. And this is what allows them to crash out like this right here, right? So this man 6'7", he practices voodoo. He practices witchcraft, whatever you want to call it. OB, he practices this stuff right here. He openly says it. I mean, we're going to get to a point literally where we're going to have rappers, right? They're going to literally be on a music video performing a sacrifice. That's literally what they're pushing it to. I mean, come on. It started off with like, you got rappers like who? Little Uzi Skirt, right? WNBA Young Girl, right? Skrilla, King Von, right? All these people right here that our children view, they are influenced by them.
Kensington. The drugs were the motive for a shooting in Kensington this morning.
They're drug users from all over line the streets and makeshift
over the area in Kensington, out this haven for drug addicts.
Hooked on heroin in Kensington.
Ground zero for Philadelphia's heroin.
It's a lot. That shit fucked up though. That shit fucked up. People could be dead right in front of you and you would never know. You would just, because nobody kind of doing nothing about it. A lot of people be like looking at me like a fiend too. Like a lot of people look at me. A lot of people before they even meet me and shit though like that though. A lot of people like look at me and be like, yo, he burned. I don't want everyone to look at me like that though.
That's me. What's up, baby?
My boy.
I'm
about to shoot a video on my hood tonight.
Let's get some scriptures, right? Let's get some scriptures because he probably wasn't raised with a dad. You know, I think he was raised by his uncle who taught him how to do witchcraft and voodoo, right? But most of his friends, right, the ones that he came up with, and he's probably in the big bro age right now. But I'm gonna read this. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, "There shall be a confusion also in many places." Kensington, that's a place of confusion. Chicago, that's a place of confusion. America, Babylon the Great, Babylon, right? That means confusion, the place of confusion. It says, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be all sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. And that's what you see we're looking at right here. He said he's a zombie, right? Zombie land, right? Menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. That's what King Von was, a monster, right? That's what Little Uzi Skirt is, a monster. That's what Young Thug is, a monster, right? That's what WNBA Young Girl is, a monster. That's what Skrilla is, a monster. Verse 9, and salt waters shall be found in the sweet. Now, when it says salt waters shall be found in the sweet, right? I mean, it's not going to be sweet no more. It ain't cool to go to Kensington, right? And probably back maybe before time, it was probably a place that was safe, right? And that's everywhere. Where places, they used to be a good place to live at, right? A place where a black family can buy a home and raise a family there and live there for decades and decades. And then what happened? It wasn't sweet no more. It became bad. It says, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another, right? You might have grew up with a young brother, right? And by the time y'all 12, 13 years old, y'all kind of split apart. And now he's part of this game, you part of this game, and now y'all ready to destroy one another. Y'all went ready to shoot it out, right? Y'all ready to now be rivals each other, right? Off the back. It says, then shall wit hide itself. When it says wit, meaning common sense. Common sense ain't gonna tell you, man, this is a dude that looks just like me. Why would I ever want to unalive somebody that looks just like me, that's going through the same struggles that I'm going through, Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. I mean, nobody has no understanding. Nobody wants to try to work something out. Nobody wants to be the peacemaker. You got people that said F being a peacemaker, right? Or here comes so and so always trying to make peace with somebody. But don't the Bible say blessed? Let me get that real quick. Let me pull that up real quick. Was it St. Matthew? Let's get that real quick. St. Matthew 5, and let's go to it. I think it's what verse 9. Yeah, verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. So blessed are those ones that want to make peace and don't want to see our brothers killing each other anymore. Blessed be the peacemakers. And this is why big bros, unks, and old schools, we need to start correcting these YNs. Tell them you going off. It's not all about breakdown, prophecy. Well, we got to help the young ones that don't know no better, teaching them the law, teaching them how to dress, how to behave, brotherly love, right?
With my brother and like people.
I don't want to spend too much time on this dude because I'm going to be going through another video. Let me see what else I want in this video. Let me see.
He's like, yeah, he know I'm from the heart. Like he didn't know, he watched me grow up since I was a kid right here. Yeah, man. He really watched me grow up.
So this man says that this guy, now he's definitely an elder. He is definitely an elder. He said he watched me from when I was a kid, right? And look, I caught it right at the spot when you see the demon in his face. You see them eyes rolling back right there, pause right on there when the spirit is on him, the demon is on him. But look, he said this man watched me grow up. He's known me since I was a kid. Well, why didn't this man do anything? Instead, what is he out here doing? Doped out, just like everybody else. You see what I'm saying? The elders have failed us. Somebody has to now pick up the mantle and say, this ain't right. This is wrong. You got to change.
I can grow up since a kid though, for real. This is my nigga right here.
You see one old head. He watched me grow up though. Like he like literally watched me grow up since I was a kid. Though. Like I've been around him. No, but it's a lot of the ones that kind of knew me since I was younger though. A lot of them passed away. You know, like you don't really live too long when you on hardcore drugs like that. Though your life is kind of like split in half. So like,
you see that? He's barely even coherent, right? Let me get to the next video, right? Because this is the video we're really going to dive deep into, right? Again, we're talking about the YN culture. This is the breakdown right here, right? 0 to 12, you're LN, which means a little nigga. 13 to 24, you're YN, which means young nigga. 25 to 35, you big bro. 36 to 48, you unk. And 49 and up, you old head pop school, right? And, you know, Bootsy is probably the one. He's the one that made this thing official, the official chart for this thing, right? So let me... Let's pull up the next video real quick. Let's pull up this next video. Right. If you're watching, whatever platform you're watching from, you know, give us a like, subscribe, or dislike. You know, either way, this word is going to go out. This truth is going to go out. Right. Let me see. Where's the next video? Here it go. Right here. Let me get the next video queued up. And this is the one that we're going to really delve deep into for tonight's class. And I want to say fair use as well, because this is the video we're really going to get into right here. This is the one we're going to get into tonight. Let me share the screen. Okay. Let me see. So this is a man named his name is Brandon Buckingham, right? Kind of looks like Napoleon Dynamite, right? But he goes through the hoods. I mean, when I say the hoods, this dude, was in O Block after 3 a.m., right? Come on, where did he do that at? Now, if I was to be in O Block after 3 a.m., something is bound to happen, right? But yet this man can infiltrate places like O Block. He can infiltrate places like South Central. Right, he could infiltrate any hood and just be there amongst YNs and stuff like that, and no harm comes to him at all. This is how you know that Cain had a mark put on him, and that mark that he has put on him it was given down to Esau that nobody should harm him and nobody should touch him, right? So he has the mark of Cain on him, that nobody's going to touch him or harm him.
There's a violent and bloody war going on in the streets of Philadelphia. Dozens of young men are being ruthlessly executed or going to jail for life in the city of brotherly love. And one of the most prominent figures at the center of this war is none other than YBC Duel, a rapper who reps the Young Bag Chasers collective, who has been given the nickname Mr. Disrespectful for a slew of antics such as digging.
That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Mr. Disrespectful. That's his name. His name is Mr. Disrespectful, right? Let me rewind it because this dude is he's literally digging up one of the ops graves, and an op means the opposition, right? Somebody from the other side. He's literally digging up the grave.
Duel, a rapper who reps the Young Bag Chasers collective, who has been given the nickname Mr. Disrespectful for a slew of antics such as digging up an enemy's grave in February of this year.
No fucking tombstone. I'm digging fucking dirt up. Hey, yo, where the fuck Carney at, yo? Carney, where the fuck you at? Ah!
Clearly, YBC Duel was taken mocking the dead on the internet to a whole nother level. But how did it get to this point? Nobody
doing a rap video in a cemetery is diabolical, right? A rap video in a cemetery and digging up your op's grave is diabolical. That's what I'm saying. This is a whole different generation. I don't think a lot of you older folks don't know about this generation at all.
He wakes up in the morning and randomly decides to defile a gravesite. So to truly understand Duel, Philly's most hated rapper, let me provide some insight into how this all began. In 2017, Baby Khan J100 came up with the name the Young Bag Chasers as a label for their collective that were getting money together in the streets. When you list out the most notable members of YBC and their synonymous subset YFA, a pattern of tragedy emerges. 19 of the 31 most prominent members are either dead or incarcerated. But for the first 2 years of YBC's existence, they mostly stuck to getting money in the streets. It wasn't until the start of summer 2019 that the horrible cycle of violence first emerged. On May 29, 2019 at 1:40 p.m. near 42nd Street and Mantua Avenue, Joshua David Munson, also known as YBC Josh, was gunned down in broad daylight as he walked down the sidewalk near his home. The gunman was never caught, and the pain that Josh's passing caused his friends in YBC had them wanting to get street justice for their fallen friend. 10 months later, YBC allegedly struck back. At around 5:10 p.m. in March of 2020, a 19-year-old man by the name of Nafiq Hawkins, aka Buddy, was playing a game of pickup basketball near 62nd and Vine when he was struck multiple times in his legs and torso. He was pronounced dead 12 minutes later. Nobody on the scene was willing to give police a description of the shooter. But if you listen to the music of YBC Duel, you will hear him constantly disrespecting the passing of Buddy. Even in the first song that Duel released, you can hear him saying he is, quote, smoking Buddy out the motherfucking pound.
I'm smoking Buddy out the motherfucking pound. He hit right.
And that is far from the only song that he mentioned.
When he says he's smoking Buddy, that means that he's did something to them. Now he's rolling up smoking, right? Let's get some scripture. Actually, no, I'm gonna play a little bit. And I'm gonna get
Not long after the passing of Buddy, 2 YBC members were allegedly involved in a shootout near 38th Street. Multiple people were hit, one of which was named Sid from 39th Street. Sid survived his injuries, and since the streets have a no snitching policy, it wouldn't be long before Sid exacted his own form of justice. In September of 2020, Sid claimed to be responsible for the shooting of a man named BL. The man was shot in the head multiple times while he was riding his bike on the 900 block of Belmont Avenue around 9:30 p.m.
I'm gonna get a verse real quick about that whole no snitching thing, right? I'm gonna go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 5 and verse 1. This is what the Bible says. Leviticus 5 and 1. And if a soul sin, right? Sin could be, you see somebody steal something, right? You see a brother get murdered in cold blood. You see a brother get unalived in cold blood, right? And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness, meaning you saw it or you heard it, right? Whether he have seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. Now you take that up with the Most High right there, because that's law.
Pronounced dead on the scene. After this, YBC was out for blood. On January 16th, 2021, a 15-year-old named Jaquan Williams, aka Q Raw, was walking near 40th and Cambridge Streets when 2 suspects shot him in the head as he was on his way to the store. YBC claimed this killing by mocking him in their songs, calling him Q Rizzy instead of his name.
They shot Q Rizzy from a block away. February 24th, we smoked Q Rizzy out the pound.
YBC wanted get back, and specifically wanted to get vengeance on Sid. On March 18th, 2021, they were allegedly given false information that Sid was being released from prison that evening and mistakenly shot 20-year-old Rodney Hargrove near the prison around midnight, thinking that he was Sid. This accident would not stop them. In May of 2021, they caught Sid outside his house and let off a barrage of shots, striking his 6-year-old sister instead of him.
It's disgusting yet again that I'm.
You see that? What happens? You see what happens when you don't apply the commandments, right? You don't apply Leviticus 5:1. Now the little 6-year-old is gunned down, right? A little 6-year-old is unalive right there. Why? Because we don't want to obey and be obedient to the Most High. That's why these things happen to us.
I'm here speaking to you about a 6-year-old getting shot.
Sid would survive the incident, and his family would move across town to Port Richmond to evade the violence. But still, his days were numbered. Around 8:15 p.m. on the 2900 block of Wykel Street in the city's Port Richmond section, 2 shooters approached Sid's house and fired 8 shots into his home, striking him and his father. His dad survived, but 39th Street Sid passed away from his wounds. YBC member Curry was found hiding under a car on the scene, and he began firing at police, but was ultimately arrested and booked for the murder of Sid, as well as a previous murder. Sid, who also went by the nickname Fro, was routinely mocked in YBC Duel's music.
Make the pro with the snake, that shit hard, it got me tripping.
And this was by no means the end of the violence surrounding YBC. On May 25th around 7:30 p.m., police say an 18-year-old man named Nasir Marks was shot multiple times on the 3900 block of Poplar Street in the city's Mantua section. His family was making him shirts for his upcoming graduation when they got the phone call.
His name is Nasir Marks. He's not just some 18-year-old black male that was shot. His name is Nasir.
Let's get some Bible real quick. So he said that the guy, he fled across to another side of town. He kind of fled, maybe probably to another city, right? Let's see what the Bible says about if someone gets unalive and the person flees. Let's go to the book of I'm gonna go to the book of Joshua, chapter 20, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "The Most High also spake unto Joshua, saying, Speak to the children of Israel," meaning you speak to these YNs right here, saying, "Appoint out for you cities of refuge." That means that if something happens, you can go to another city for refuge to get away, right? That's what he did. He tried to seek refuge somewhere else. He was trying to escape. "Whereof I spake unto you by the hand of Moses, that the slayer that killeth any person unawares and unwittingly may flee thither." So there should be a place of refuge where you can escape and get away to, right? "And they shall be your refuge from the avenger of blood. And when he that doth flee unto one of those cities shall stand at the entering of the gate of the city, and shall declare his cause in the ears of the elders." Who are the elders again? Let's see who the elders are again. 49 and up, right? 50 and up is what the Bible says, right? So 50 and up. Declare what happened to the elders so they can hear the matter, right? Why did you have to flee? Why are you trying to get away, right? Why isn't the Christian church teaching this thing right now? Now that I think about it, right? Why isn't non-logic teaching this type of stuff right here, right? Why isn't Vocab Malone teaching this type of stuff? Now that I come to think about it, right? But that's what I'm here for, right? Unc is here today. Verse 4 again. "And when he that doth flee unto one of those cities shall stand at the entering of the gate of the city, and shall declare his cause in the ears of the elders of that city, they shall take him into the city unto them, and give him a place that he may dwell among them." Verse 5. "And if the avenger of blood pursue after him, then they shall not deliver the slayer up into his hand, because he smote his neighbor unwittingly and hated him not before time." So there are certain things that are supposed to happen in cases like this, right?
Marks.
30 minutes later, 32 shots were fired at a 15-year-old boy named Kanye Pittman on the 2500 block of North Side in Hampton.
32 shots. Yo, a Standard magazine in out here in California, I think you can't have no more than 10 in the magazine. So they're carrying something like, let me see, what can I use? They're carrying something like this. So they got the pew pew, right? And then the magazine underneath it, it looks something like this, right? Something like this. They holding out the bottom of it. They got 100-round drums, right? These YNs, they doing overkill. They really act like they in a game of a Grand Theft Auto, a Call of Duty, right? That you're going to just spawn back a new life or something. Now let me tell you, right? You think they're going to be making it into the kingdom of heaven doing this type of madness? You sadly mistaken. Brody is in hell.
Street. 5 shots struck him, and he was pronounced dead at the hospital. hospital. Reek 1200 from YBC bragged about the killings soon after in his songs.
Don't get it twisted, bitch. I still pop right out there, cut. He out of luck. Put his ass up on that side, he should have ducked. We spin back to back. Bodies in one day, they know what's up. We get it done. Get that drop and drop his ass. This shit for fun.
YBC Duel also repeatedly mocked the death of the 15-year-old, calling.
Because see what they do is, so I didn't even bring this up. So what after they do, you know, they do what you call drilling, right? Drill music. This is drill music right here, right? And this is what our people do. Now, see, it's in our spirit actually to do drill music. Actually, that's literally in our spirit to do drill music. Drill music is in the Bible, right? So that's in our spirit. Oh, drill music in the Bible, brother. See, you tripping, you going off. Well, let's see real quick. First and foremost, let's see about the music and the beat first, right? Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 44 and verse 5. Let's start with that first, right? Ecclesiasticus 44 and 5. Such as found out musical tunes, right? They found a beat, mustered on the beat, right? Found out musical tunes and recited verses in writing. So this is rap right here. This is drill music, right? Now you say, oh, well, they don't talk about the killing. Notice says it's music with a beat, right? Well, let's see, right? Let's see. Let's go to the book of Exodus. Chapter 15, and let's start at verse 1. Then sang Moses. What? Moses was a drill artist? Let me read it again. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Most High. Let's see what Moses, right? The lead singer, right? You're talking about the Migos, but guess what? The original Migos was Moses and the Israelites. It says, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Most High. What is Moses going to say? What is Moses going to sing to the Most High? For he have triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The horse and his rider. So the dude that was trying to do the drive-by, right? The walk up, right? The horse, meaning your vehicle, how your modes of getting to the ops, right? And the rider, the person driving it, and the people riding in it, right? Have he thrown into the sea? Meaning what? He's put them under the ground. Read on. The Most High is my strength and song. So they drilling, talking about how the Most High, he done gave us the power to ride on the ops, right? It says the Most High is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my power. And I will prepare him in habitation, my father's power, and I will exalt him. This is Moses right here, rapping about drilling on the enemies with the power of the Most High right here. So it's in our spirit to do this drill rap, but you using it on the left-hand side, though. It says the Most High is a man of war. You see that? The Most High goes to war. It says the Most High is his name. Let me just give you verse 4 real quick. Pharaoh's chariot and his host hath he cast into the sea. He spent the Israelites spent the block on Pharaoh. Oh, you want to let my people go? Is that right? Pharaoh? That's what Moses said. You don't want to let my people go? All right, I'm gonna see you then. I'm gonna get up with you, right? His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea, right? Let me get one more. I think I want on, what is it? I think it's 2 Samuel, I think. Let me see. Bear with me, y'all. I think it's it might be, let me see, 2 Samuel 18. No, it might be 1 Samuel. Let me try that. We're showing you drill music real quick in the scriptures, right? Okay, yeah. 1 Samuel 18 and let me see. Okay, let's start at verse 6. 1 Samuel 18 and verse 6. And it came to pass as they came, then David was returned from the slaughter. Wait. Where did David return from? The slaughter of the Philistines. So here it is, right? We got King David, right? He done sprayed the block up, right? As the YN say now, right? King David had the Dracos, right? King David had them weapons, right? He had everything. He had them switches, right? Return from the slaughter of the Philistine. That the women, now the women, right? We talking about your Glorillas right here, right? That's the modern day women that we're talking about now, the Glorillas, right? Let's see what the women, the Israelite women, the daughters of Zion were singing. That the women came out of all cities of Israel. So they came out of all the cities there, right? Singing and dancing, right? And they weren't twerking either. They weren't doing none of that. So get that out your mind, right? Sister Rachel was not twerking, right? Sarah was not twerking, right? Judah was not twerking. Dorcas was not twerking. Tryphonus, Thesis, they were not twerking, right? When they were singing these songs and dancing. Singing and dancing to meet King Saul with tabrets, with joy, and with instruments of music. Let's see what they were singing. And the women answered one another as they played and said, Saul hath slain his thousands. Saul spent the block on thousands. And David his 10,000s. Right? So it's in our spirit to drill, right? It's in our spirit, but that spirit got to be redirected, right? First and foremost, you have to learn to fear the Most High, right?
Him, young bull from the back block.
They young bull from the back block, try to run, they did it bad. I keep forgetting about that young bull from the back block. But 4K street sniping, young bull from the back block.
I wish I could say the reign of terror in Philadelphia was over. But on July 21st, 2021, 16-year-old Kaylin Johnson and 18-year-old Tommy Frazier, also known as Snipe, were murdered in their vehicle while they were on their way to play basketball.
What am I supposed to do when he calls the casket? I just want everybody to know my son was a good kid. Everyone loved him.
Last week in August of 2024, Curry from the YBC/YFA collective went to court for these murders and was found guilty. His defense argued Curry became a victim of his surroundings after his family moved from Germantown to West Philadelphia.
Let me get a quick verse again. So we just seen that my mother crying, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 59. Because the Bible is a true book. Isaiah 59. We just seen that young mother crying, right? Let's start at verse 10. Isaiah 59 and verse 10. We grope for the wall like the blind, right? You know, you get the news, right? You just lost your son. You just lost your 6-year-old. We grope for the wall like the blind. You put your hand on that wall and you can't believe that news that you just heard. My son ain't here no more. My daughter ain't going to be in her room no more. And we grope as if we had no eyes, right? You're crying, your tears running all down your face and stuff. All you see is blurred because you've been crying so much. Your eyes get puffy, right? The mothers, we just seen this woman crying because she lost her son. A parent should never have to bury their child. And that's why I'm going hard. That's why Uncle's going hard on this YN culture right here, because a parent should never have to bury their child. It says, we stumble at noonday as in the night. We are in desolate places as dead men. You mean to tell me the Bible ain't a real book? Right? It says we are in desolate places. The hood is desolate. It's destroyed. You got burglar bars. You got things padded up with sheetrock and wood and 2x4s and stuff like that. Plywood. That's the word I'm looking for. Plywood and everything like that. Abandoned buildings, the trap houses, right? Meaning desolate. We are in desolate places as dead men. Verse 11. We roar all like bears. When you get that bad news, right? That your brother's been killed, unalive. Your brother's been unalive. You get angry. You roar like bears. You ready to go spin the block on the ops. Who did it? Who was there? Who seen what? And mourn sore like doves. Have you ever heard a dove mourning like a dove? They make that noise like just crying and just tearing. That's what the mother was doing right there. Mourn like sore like doves. We look for judgment. You look for judgment. You look for justice. You try to do it in your own hands, right? But there is none. Because what's going to happen? You're going to find justice, and then what's going to happen? You're going to bring justice in your own hands, and then that person's going to retaliate. And it's an endless cycle of unaliving. For salvation, but it is far off from us. Verse 12. For our transgressions are multiplied before thee. Transgressions. That's sin. That's what transgression is. Transgression is the breaking of the Most High's law. That's found in the book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. It says, and our sins testify against us, for our transgressions are with us. And as for our iniquities, we know them. You know what you've been up to. You know what you've been doing, right? So that's what we saw right there with the mother crying.
Yeah, saying the murder of Curry's father and brother when he was a child left him traumatized. Still, the jury found him guilty of the murders and sent him away for 42 and a half to 85 years.
Curry is the fifth of 5 YBC members, which stand.
And that's what you call crashing out right there. Because they don't care about no prison sentence. They don't care about no lengthy prison sentence behind what they do. That's what you call crashing out.
For young bag chasers.
The new name is You've Been Charged.
Tommy Frazier, aka Snipe, is another man you can hear YBC Duel persistently mocking in his songs.
I was snipe, smoking snipe, got rolling buddy out the same.
Smoke a little snake, he got me higher than a motherfucking kite.
All of these murders and disrespectful lyrics made the city hate YBC, and soon, all of the enemies they made would click up to form a supergroup called CCK. CCK consists of campers, O to the 4, clappers from 56th Street, and clappers with a K from 7th Street. But it wasn't just...
They came together and made a super YN group, right? And that's crazy. That's another character trait about YNs. You'll never see YNs just be solo dolo, right? YNs always be in a group, follow the next person that don't know where they're going to, right? That's what YNs do. They get together in a big group and they follow each other, and nobody has no real direction. And that's where Ump comes into play, right? Ump is on here to give you some direction, right?
Just them. 39th Street clicked up with 44th Street because of the murders of Sid and Kanye Pittman, and because of the murder of Bud, they also had enemies on 59th Street, resulting in YBC being literally surrounded by ops all over the city. So far in the story, YBC was claiming responsibility for 8 murders in 2021 alone. And it doesn't take a genius to imagine what happened to the young bag chasers between 2021 and now. J100, the founder of YBC, was shot and killed. Reek 1200 was arrested for 2 homicides, facing 35 years to life. F5 is serving a 12-year prison sentence. Curry is serving multiple life sentences. Da Fetty, YBC Duel's...
I mean, do you hear this? 45 years, multiple life sentences. They don't care. They don't care about no prison. Look how tight his pants are. Right, and he want them pants so tight he ain't no way he could reproduce in them pants right there. It ain't no way. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Where do they even? And see, that's another thing. YNs like carrying backpacks. So that's where the blicky be at. Because there ain't no way that you're gonna put any blicky inside of them tight pants right there. Look at his legs. You ain't putting nothing inside them pants. Those are birth control pants right there.
Cousin was shot and killed. 1K, Baby Wick, and Reek 1200 are all in jail on conspiracy to murder charges. Mir Pablo got locked up less than a week ago for homicide. Yak Yola is on Philly's most wanted fugitive list. Money Making T.O. was murdered. Baby Ka was shot and killed. Kier was gunned down. Peso is incarcerated. FS DeBender is on house arrest. And one of the last remaining survivors of this war is none other than YBC Duel. In this episode, we visit 42nd, 43rd, and 39th Street, which is the epicenter of the young bag chasers territory, as well as visit the hood of P&B Rock, whose neighborhood clique is now tied in with YBC. So come with me as we visit Philly's most hated rapper and experience firsthand life as Mr. Disrespectful.
Now, I'm going to say fair use. We about to hear and see some very disrespectful behavior is what we're about to watch. So brace yourself.
All right, to my left right now is the one and only YBC Duel.
Mr. Disrespectful, I'm gonna fuck who you is. I will disrespect you.
Where are we at right now?
We in North Philly right now.
How long have you lived in Philadelphia?
All my life. I'm from North, but I claim West Philly though. That's where I jumped off the perch at.
Yeah, tell me about your name, Mr. Disrespectful. How'd you get that?
YBC Duel got his nickname from his fans calling him Mr. Disrespectful in various comment sections.
My fans call me that, bro.
My name YBC Duel, but the fans call me Mr. Disrespectful. What they be saying, like I be trolling, I guess, but I do it to a certain extent. Like I go overboard.
Let's revisit real quick a second address again, 5 and 8. The last part. And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
Respect people like badly.
So what do you think is some of the most disrespectful things you've done? Obviously, the one that comes to mind is, the notorious, the grave digging situation.
That's some new shit though. Like I've been drawn. Like one of the most disrespectful John though. When I said I was gonna slap K3 mom though.
You were gonna smack his mom?
Yeah, because she be dissing my homies. I don't know what she be on. She like an old miserable mother.
It may repulse you to hear Duel threaten to smack someone's mother, but everything comes back to the cycle.
He said he'll smack the dude's mom, right? I'm going to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3. And I'm gonna go to verse 4, Isaiah 3 and 4. And I will give children to be their princes, right? This is what you mean, children being their princes, right? YNs, they're gonna be ruling. And babes shall rule over them. YNs are gonna rule over them. And the people shall be oppressed. He said, I'll smack his mom, right? Right? That's the disrespectful thing he said. I will smack his mom. And the people shall be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient. What is that telling us? He said, I'll smack his mom. That's a person that's older than him. That's a person that's supposed to be able to instruct this young man. But he said, I'll smack her. That's behaving yourself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. You see that? YN culture. The Bible warned us of these times.
Of violence. K3 is Kalen Johnson, who had allegedly been murdered by YBC. So after one of Duel's best friends, J100, was shot in the head during a music video shoot, K3's mother immediately took to her Instagram live to mock the passing of J100.
Cameraman ain't tell him to duck. Round of applause. Clap it up.
And you see that? This is what I'm saying, man. Yo, we really have to redirect the things that we're talking about, right? We really got to prioritize what's important right now, right? Here it is. You got a mother, right? A mother that's clapping and cheering on somebody's death right here. Yo, look at the people's name in here in that chat. B loves Hunted. Like, we really got to really reevaluate what we're doing right now with our lives right now, right? For real.
And I'm not here to glorify or cast judgment on anyone. Imagine it was your best friend or family member.
He's most Brandon Buckingham, Napoleon Dynamite. You are most definitely trying to glorify because he's capitalizing off this. Because I couldn't go inside of this hood right here and do an interview, right? He's not bringing any value to this. All he's doing is showing more and more degeneracy. That's all he's showing, right?
Who was murdered. How would you treat those you felt were responsible?
Do you feel like the public doesn't understand some of the dissing in the rap music?
We diss differently, like when you know what people be talking about and you be like, damn, like he just said that in the song. Like that's how I got my name for real. Because if you get into detail about what I'm talking about, and it's like, damn, he just said that.
What made you want to get a shovel and go to the cemetery that day? It's just like you woke up and did it, or
No, it's crazy, bro. Because when I went to the graveyard, I didn't even have no shovel. Like, Bash had the John in the trunk. We had hurried up and drove to the graveyard real quick. We already shot the scene there, feel me? But once we shot the scene, like it was a great.
And see, this is what YNs do, right? They pack together in groups, right? And they say, let's go do some dumb S, right? Let's go do some stupid S. You got the blind leading the blind. Right, let's go do some dumb stuff. Let me get a scripture. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 25. So that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury. This is the YN's nature right here. That's what YNs do. Every single thing that was read just now in Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 25, that's the spirit of the YN. Verse 26, disquieting of good men, because they will shoot the innocent. The innocents aren't nobody is safe from the YN, right? Nobody is safe from the wrath of the YN. And it can happen anywhere. You could be in the grocery store and a YN can just crash out there, right? He'll go in his backpack, and as soon as you see him go for that backpack, you best believe you better be on guard then when you see the YN go for his backpack. Right? Because like I said, they are dangerous. Don't get twisted that they paint their fingernails and stuff like that, and they wear dresses and stuff like that. They are violent. Verse 26, disquieting of good men, forgetful of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind. Like I said, they would change their whole dress code up. Changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanliness. That's the spirit of the YN right there.
It was a pile of dirt, and my man had the shovel. He popped the trunk and just threw me the shovel, and I just started drawing. But I'm hood hopping today, though. I'm gonna take you everywhere.
Yeah, where are some places we're gonna go in this episode?
We're gonna be in North, West, South Philly. I really run the streets. Like I don't go to the studio and rap and shit. I be outside, bro. That's what I do. But other rappers though, like from the city, on the stage where I'm at, like they don't be here no more. People really think I be in other states. Whole time I really be here.
What makes you want to stay in Philadelphia?
My niggas here. Like I gotta chill.
He stays in Philadelphia so he can continue to oppress people, right? He can continue to spin the block on the ops. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, because they shoot kids, they shoot children, they shoot grandmas, they shoot granddads. They don't care. They don't care who in that house. Back in the day, right, when I was coming up, right, there used to be some type of form of respect, right, where if you get caught by the ops, if you was with your mom, if you was with your grandma or you with your children, they'll give you a pass, right? That's a safe zone. Not anymore. They don't care who you with. You can be with your child, your grandma, it don't mind. It don't matter who you with. I have literally heard stories of ops bailing somebody out of a jail just so they know that they're going to be coming out of the jailhouse just so they can spray up their ops. That's how they think, right? That's literally a strategic mind to do that, to bail them out of jail because you know they're going to be coming out of jail, and then that you got a target right there, right? You got a free unaliving right there, right? It says, "Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age." They don't care how old you are, right? They're going to just spray and they're going to shoot. They're going to hold the gun sideways when they do it. They're going to hold the blicky sideways when they do it. And they're going to do like this. They're going to spray all the way across from right to left, left to right, shooting, hitting any and every single thing. It says, "Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth." That should be our strength right there. It's the law. These scriptures. Read verse 12. "Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous." So this says, let us lie and let us wait and let us this ambush him, right? Because he is not for our turn, right? And this is going into Esau and everything, but our people have taken on the spirit of Esau, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law. He not from our block, he ain't from our set. He don't follow our rules and regulations, and objected to our infamy, the transgression of our education, right? And that's going into Esau, but it can be applied to these YNs as well.
God, I can't bring everybody out, Kylie.
Do you ever see yourself like moving out of Philadelphia for good, or not really?
Yeah, wow, I ain't staying here. This is a dumbass place to stay.
Who are some of the best rappers in Philadelphia right now?
Fuck with Hood, Tylee, Leaf Warhide, Hop Out Blick, Skrilla, FS the Bender, but that's really it.
Yeah, Philadelphia, the hip hop scene seems like it's having a big wave right now.
I don't know why we never got our recognition until the drill scene came about. That thing is a game. That's how we coming. We in the trenches, like we in Philly. I'm outside.
And besides that, they also got a different type of dogs on them. Just to clarify, those are legal firearms, legally obtained, legally owned firearms.
Illegal firearms. Illegal. Disrespectful.
Those dogs look very athletic, bro.
No, they King Corso though, mixed with Pitbull.
You wasn't like you ain't never playing no movie or nothing.
You look like Napoleon Dynamite.
You look like
Napoleon Dynamite. I'm telling you,
like you played off a movie or something, like 2000 or something, like 2000s.
I saw a documentary about you that said you're the most hated rapper in Philadelphia. Is that cap?
You know that ain't no fucking bluff.
Does that make you upset at all, or you don't care?
I like that shit. They hate me. That mean they like me, or they do something. Like, feel me? Like they paying attention. They paying attention, and I make them feel some type of way. So if I can make you feel some type of way, I'm gonna keep making you feel some type of way. Bro, all the real niggas fuck with me. What Lil Durk say at the end of that song? Like, real niggas fuck with me. Like, the street niggas can vouch for me. Anywhere I go, nobody don't play with me. I never got robbed. I never got touched, shot at in the city yet.
There's a certain artist in the city, very popular right now, OT7 Quani. What's your perspective on him, bro?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Cuz be doing bitch ass shit, bro. I ain't beefing with them niggas or nothing. Like,
I've heard on the YouTube side of things, he scammed a YouTuber named Rowd for like $3,000-$4,000.
Ride from the city though, like it'd have been different, like if he did that shit to outsider. But I don't really got too much to speak about on cuz. Switch the topic. We just took a drink yesterday. Fuck, we just took a nigga drink and he got gun butted with it.
You don't feel weird speaking about that publicly?
No, we do this shit.
What was Duel like as a kid?
Bad as your most.
This is why he don't feel weird about speaking about this publicly. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 12. Their wives are foolish and their children wicked. That's why he don't feel no way about that. Gun button somebody.
Like in the streets type shit.
What's my nickname?
Hold on. They in Philadelphia, right? Hold on. Let me see if it
His name Duck. Why Duck Diddle? Why that?
That's what nigga, I was about to say when we was growing up.
His name was Duck. What has it been like for y'all watching?
Right, you see this right here? They in Philadelphia, right? And most of them are Muslim out here. And that right there it's Arabic, and I think it says Allah right here, the God who they pray to. That's what it says right here in Arabic, right? Now, how about this right here? Islam is supposed to be the religion of peace, right? Muslim, I believe, means what? One who submits and everything, right? Here it is. You are in Philadelphia, right? A place, what they call it, the place of brotherly love, right? But where's the brotherly love at? You know, so during the month of Ramadan, and this is what they say in Philadelphia, right? These use stuff you can verify for yourself. In Philadelphia, right, during the month of Ramadan, nobody drills when the sun is up. When the sun goes down, you can drill again. That's how they break their fast. They break their fast by drilling on somebody. They eat some dates and then they start drilling on somebody. This is what they said they do, right? This is what the young bulls said they do.
YBC Duel, you know, kind of rise through the ranks of the music industry.
First ever song, he dropped the video, came home, he was whamming.
Did it happen pretty quick?
Bro, that shit happened quick, like a year.
Bro, like I ran laps on niggas, bro. I probably got like 40 million streams right now.
Can you give me the lore behind the McNuggets and McButtons?
Just like Sonny brought me down to Uber walking off that job and left his face red like he rocked.
I just fuck with McDonald's.
The reason YBC Duel constantly mentions McDonald's is because a man named Booga, who is the brother of one of his enemies, Sonny Goon, was gunned down while working his job at McDonald's. Duel has gone on to drop 2 songs as well as his own weed strain mocking the passing of Booga.
Look at this car right now. Yo, what's going on with it?
Damn, that's a
look at that. Melted your car.
Good thing she got in parking spot. Matter of fact, you can't park here.
Yeah.
Listen, we in the biddy, feel me? We with Brandon Buckingham, Taj Gotti on the feel me?
What's your gram?
Blueface 42.
You want to ride in the striker with us?
Yeah, let's go. We're in the whip right now. Is this a fishbowl?
Fuck no. It's a striker.
What is the definition of a striker? That's just a car that has tints or what? Why do they call it a striker?
Because we hopping out striking shit like bowling pins. We riding the strikes. You know PNB Rock that passed away, right?
Yeah, rest in peace.
Like I'm one of the niggas that carry it for they block though. Like, feel me? All the niggas that's from PNB, like they fuck with YBC Duel. Like,
yeah, I guess you were pretty upset when that shit happened to PNB Rock.
The whole city was. That was crazy. But they don't understand the Cali politics though. It just was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, we on past 30th Street right now. We on past 30th and Baton. We in PNB. This PNB Rock block though. Like, this where PNB Rock from. Like,
next we visit the hood where PNB Rock was born and raised. For those that didn't know, PNB Rock was in and out of jail as a juvenile and ultimately served 2 years in prison at the age of 19. After struggling with homelessness, he ended up focusing on music in 2014, signing a deal with Atlantic Records in 2015, and dropping the song Selfish in 2016 that landed on the Billboard Hot 100 charts.
See that? Dropping the song Selfish. Let me get a scripture. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 3. But the multiplying brood of the ungodly or the unrighteous shall not thrive. This behavior is not going to be in the kingdom of heaven at all. You're not going to see a whole mural painted of somebody that got gunned down in some senseless violence. It's not going to be there. It says, nor take deep rooting from bastard slips, right? What does that mean? A man that just ejaculates inside of a woman, right? And then the child is produced, a little bastard child, right? No father figure. From bastard slips from a man's seed, and you don't know who the daddy is, or that man ain't even there anymore to take care of that child. Let me read that again. Nor take deep rooting from bastard slips. Meaning it's not. Look, if you're wicked right now, and if you don't repent and return back to the Most High and learn to fear the Most High, you will not be in the kingdom of heaven. You're not going to come through a righteous Israelite, a person who tried their hardest to keep the laws, the statutes, the commandments, to fear the Most High, right? To magnify the name of the Most High, to magnify the name of Hamashiach Yahushai, who try to be righteous. You're not going to make it into the kingdom of heaven through a righteous Israelite. Your home is going to be the lake of fire for eternity. And I'll be talking about that next week's class, most high willing. Nor take deep rooting from bastard slips, nor lay any fast foundation. Meaning you're not going to, your offspring it's not going to be in the kingdom of heaven. It's not going to be a foundation right there. Because a lot of these little YNs, they get unalive before they even have a chance to even be with women, because they don't really even care about women like that. For the most part, all they care about is hanging with other YNs and doing YN stuff, right? They don't care about women like that. That's why they wear them pants so tight. They got, I mean, come on. Them pants are birth control pants. You ain't having no babies in them birth control pants. So they ain't gonna have no offspring, no stable foundation, right? It says, for though they flourish in branches for a time. Yeah, it looks like, okay, so many of these, they're flourishing right now. They're everywhere. YNs are everywhere. Yet standing not last. Meaning they ain't going to be here in the end. They shall be shaken with the wind. The wind symbolizes destruction. They're going to be taken away and destroyed if they don't repent. And through the force of winds, they shall be rooted out. Right? Let me go to let me see. Actually, let me read on. The imperfect branches shall be broken off. When it says the imperfect branches shall be broken off, meaning that you're not going to come through the seed line, the DNA of a righteous Israelite. If you don't correct your behavior, you're not going to be in the kingdom of heaven, because there's not going to be no wickedness in the kingdom of heaven. These things are just not going to happen. You're not going to be able to go in the studio and rap about you smoking on that whatever pack. You smoking on that Dante pack. That's not going to happen. It says the imperfect branches shall be broken off. Their fruit unprofitable, not ripe to eat, yet meat for nothing. Good for nothing. That's what the Bible is telling you. The YNs right now, they don't change and repent. It says that they are good for nothing. For children begotten of unlawful beds. Let me read that again, because a lot of these YNs they come out of what? Marriages are just, reckless coitus is what they come about, right? Reckless seed being dropped, right? For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of wickedness against their parents in their trial. Because a lot of these children, they're born out of, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Born out of adultery. So that child is going to be witness of that things right here and going to be testifying during the day of judgment. Because nothing is hid from the Most High.
And as the song was going triple platinum, unfortunately, this is the same year his brother P&B Steph was shot and killed near their home on the 1600 block of Baton Street. But this didn't stop P&B Rock's meteoric rise to fame, as he dropped 2 albums and 1 mixtape between 2017 and 2019 that all charted on the Billboard 200s. The following year, in 2020, he was featured on Ed Sheeran's song Crossmate with Chance the Rapper that was also a worldwide hit. And despite beating the odds, going gold or platinum 17 times over, and making it out of the deadly Philly streets, P&B Rock tragically lost his life in 2022 on the other side of the country. On September 12th, shortly after P&B Rock's girlfriend posted this Instagram story, a 17-year-old and his father robbed him and shot him twice in the back and once in the chest as he was eating at Roscoe's house of chicken and waffles.
Hold on. Where the chart at? Let's go back to the chart again. 17-year-old and his father. YN in the 17-year-old group and his father, probably more likely maybe in the unk status right here, right? This is what the father is training. He's training his child in the way to be unaliver is what he's training his child, right? So that the Bible is a true book. The Bible teaches us to train up a child in the way that they should go. So when they're older, they do not depart. So we had a YN with his father pretty much robbed this man and took away his life. In front of Roscoe's of all places. You see that?
In South Los Angeles. Tragically, he passed away on the scene. This story paints a sad reality of rappers overcoming their circumstances but still never really being safe no matter where they are in America.
Everybody call me Nah or Neff. You feel me? We got that. Everybody got that shit tatted. PNB New Lane.
What does PNB stand for?
Stories and Bay.
PNB Rock was born and raised right there.
Yeah, right there. We all grew up right here.
Feel me? I got ties with a lot of.
I got shot right here. You feel me? That shit still got the bullet holes in the door. You feel me? It's a lot of bang outs on this block. Yeah, I got shot in my stomach, my thighs, all that shit. Look.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Man, that's brutal.
I got shot in my hand, all that shit. Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, and verse 5. And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh and the feast of blood. Because when this senseless violence, all you're doing is feeding the spiritual demon Satan. He feeds off the blood, right? That's what Esau feeds off, the blood. Our blood just soaking in the streets. This is how they stay alive, right? Off of our blood, and that's on a whole different spiritual level, right?
Bro, I learned how to walk again. You heard me?
How does it feel to get shot? What is the sensation?
That shit burn. Don't ask nobody how that shit feel. You don't want to feel that shit. It's one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Germantown. You feel me?
So yeah, how much does like PNB and that whole movement mean to this block?
A lot. It's a lot of niggas from PNB. It's probably 60 niggas. You feel me?
Doesn't PNB Rock have songs with like Justin Bieber and shit?
Yeah, Rock. You got.
Let me actually read on for Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, and let me read verse 6. Right? It says, "With their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew." The Bible is on point. It said that these idolaters, right? Because all they do is idolize people like King Von and all these other senseless people that just unalive, senseless YNs that unalive people. It calls them a crew, an idolatrous crew. That's what YNs are. They're an idolatrous crew, a clique of dudes that just following the next person that don't know what's going on. It says, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help. It says, and the parents. What we see is that young 17-year-old with his father, they pulled they took this man's life right here. They took this man PNB Rock's life. It says, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help. And you mean to tell me that the Bible is not a living book? That the Bible is not real? Right?
Songs with Ed Sheeran. We got songs with a lot of niggas.
That's like, it doesn't
I got
get
probably
any
200.
bigger.
I got probably 200 unreleased songs on Rocks. Bro was a musical genius. You feel me? I don't think nobody did it like bro. Like what? What
How
you
are
about
you
to say?
related to PNB?
No, we blood in. We tied in. You feel me? I knew Rock since I was 5, 6. Like we all grew up in the same households type shit. Foof, that's Rock brother. Steph died right here. That's Rock. Tino died on that side right there. You feel me? No, y'all cool. They ain't gonna do nothing.
Do you have any fun memories of PNB Rock growing up? Just
Yeah,
like
nigga, I grew up with him my whole life. That's my dog, bro. Bro used to do some burnt out shit. The shit you would see a regular nigga do, Rock could do that shit. Rock could rob a nigga and give it to me like, hun, bro, I don't even want this shit, bro. You want PS5? Oh, tell you, I got an iPad for you, bro. Like, I'm a little bro, you feel me? So
he would just do it for the sport of it?
Yeah, bro. I used to watch Rock, used to take a nigga down, come right to my grandma's crib. Hey, yo, I got this for you.
Smoking Gunna. Babe, smoking Gunna. I passed by bed, Gunna.
Gunna the rapper?
No, Gunna. Look him up. He died. Hold on.
Look Gunna.
He died eating Doritos.
I love.
See that he died eating Doritos. Let me get Ecclesiasticus chapter 16 and verse 1. Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children. Let me read that again. Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children. This is correction for my YNs out there, right? Don't be a follower. Be a leader. Stand up for righteousness, for doing the right thing and not the wrong thing. The Bible tells us, desire not a multitude of unprofitable children, neither delight in ungodly sons. What am I reading? The Bible, right? Verse 2, though they multiply, rejoice not in them. Because you see them like, man, look at them. That looks so cool. The doodles thing looks so cool. And that's literally why you follow something, because it looks cool. It looks fun, right? It says, except the fear of the Most High be with them. So you only follow a multitude if that multitude, they fear the Most High, right? I hang around. Let me see. Let me pull up let me tell you who I hang around, right? Let me tell you who I hang around. I hang around my crew, right? From, I believe I got from Big Bro Unk to old school, right? my crew, right? We fear the Most High. So I desire to hang around people that fear the Most High. My crew, my clique, right? My brethren, Shield of Wisdom, we desire to hang with each other that fear the Most High. That's who we desire to hang with, right? It says, verse 3, Ecclesiastes 16, verse 3. Trust not thou in their life, neither respect their multitude, for one that is just is better than 1,000. You see that, my YNs, right? One that is just is better than 1,000. Meaning one that's going to do the right thing is better than having a whole bunch of YNs that don't stand for nothing, that want to just do the wrong thing, that want to get football numbers. They want to get triple life sentences. None of my brethren are ready to crash out over something stupid. None of them are, right? We'll crash out behind the Most High. We'll crash out behind Hamashiach Yahushai. But to crash out behind some foolishness, nah, we ain't built that way. We ain't cut from that cloth right there, right? Because there are a martyr is somebody that crashed out for the Most High, right? That's what a martyr is. A martyr is someone that crashed out for the Most High. That's what I'm willing to crash out behind. That's what you should be willing to crash out behind, right? It says, for one that is just is better than 1,000, and better it is to die without children than to have them that are unrighteous. Let me play the video.
Don't eat them in the car.
Don't eat them in the car. That shit is haunted.
Make sure y'all told her to hop out Blick.
Yeah, free hop out Blick.
Free
I
hop
don't
out
know how I forget hop out Blick. Free hop out Blick. Yeah, if Blick was here, y'all would be recording Blick and not do.
Hop Out Blick is from PNB, aka The Tortures. He began his music career in 2021 and even made some music with YBC Duel. In April 2023, around 3:30 p.m., Hop Out Blick was allegedly involved in the murder of 3 teenagers in a robbery gone wrong. Soon after, Hop Out Blick released the song Take a Risk, where he rapped about the murders explicitly that he would soon be accused of committing. And it wouldn't take long for police officers to pick up on the alleged self-snitching, and Hop Out Blick was arrested only a few months after.
I don't think this shit never gonna stop, bro.
I can say this because I'm white and black, you hear me? Now, it used to be like a lot of niggas, but now it's like white people moving around here. So it's getting better of a neighborhood type shit, you feel me? They building new cribs type shit.
Gentrified?
Yeah, they gentrifying it. Like, yeah, we got a lot of poppy stores, but we share a lot of stores with the ops. We try to stay our shit in the hood, you feel me?
What's
Like,
some of the best food here? Let's get some. So we're really in the hood, and they got a touch screen and all kind of different food selections.
They getting money. He getting money.
Eve loved them pickles right there. Them pickles in the back. Eve loved eating them pickles. I remember growing up. Eve loves some dang on pickles.
He fuck around sell bricks.
What's up, babe? Yeah, they said I'm the most hated rapper in the city, right? Like when Quilly said feet on land, like I'm feet on the land. Like my feet is on the earth. Who that? They busting the Yui too.
I feel like half your ops aren't outside. They're in a virtual reality.
None of my fucking, bro. They we go kill the shit out one of them niggas, bro. Ain't no not to do no shit like this. I wish somebody. I'm sorry, Brandon Buckingham, bro. I wish you would. I wish he would go try walk around, try to do a vlog with like a Lowski the Reaper or One Mirror, bro. We gonna flame that joint, bro.
Catch me in the crossfire if it comes down to it.
You got to get that drop up. Say nah. You my man, bro. We chilling though, bro. We ain't on that though. I don't even eat, bro. I get high. I pop perks and sip lean and shit.
Explorer's Den pizza, honestly delicious. But I take a bite of this sub right quick.
Cheese steak, bro, not a sub.
He said, I don't even eat, right? So he don't have food to nourish his body, right? He said, I don't even eat. All I do is what he said. Let me rewind what he said. Let's rewind what he said. He said he don't even eat. So he doesn't nourish himself with food. Let's see what he said again. Let's see what the YN said.
And bro, I wish you would. I wish he would go try walk around, try to do a vlog with like a Lowski the Reaper or One Mirror, bro. We gonna flame that joint, bro.
Catch me in the crossfire if it comes down to it.
You got to get that drop up. Say nah. You my man, bro. We chilling though, bro. We ain't on that though. I don't even eat, bro. I get high. I pop perks and sip lean. And
he said, I don't even eat. I get high. I pop perks. Like I said, I grew up in a time period where you rapped about selling and not using. Let's get a scripture. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 22 and verse 3. An evil nurtured man. Is the Bible not a real book? He said, I don't eat. He don't nurture himself with food, right? So he can, so that's why he's so skinny right now, right? He doesn't nourish himself with food, right? He said he nourishes it with dope, pretty much, right? Drugs, lean, perk, right? An evil nurtured man, nurturing himself with all these drugs. An evil nurtured man is the dishonor of his father that beget him. And a foolish daughter is born to his loss, right? The Bible's not a true book.
Shit. Explorer's Den pizza, honestly delicious. But I'll take a bite of this sub right quick.
Cheesesteak, bro, not a sub.
That's what Philly's known for, right?
Hammer. Say hammer.
This shit is screwdriver. This shit is wrench.
Wrench?
No, it's hammer. All right, so we just got a little sneak peek into the PNB hood out here.
I got my nigga Brandon. We brought the guys out. This is one of the best interviews, you feel me?
See how we talk? We've been walking around all day, right? Now, once it get time to walk into the war zone, niggas don't want to come no more. You see niggas got shit to do now and all that. They don't want to come to the war zone. When it's time to go to my hood, niggas don't want to go to the war. Niggas don't want to come to the war zone. I'm about to go. I'm about to go put my feet on land.
Duel's really brushing his teeth right here, bro. Why didn't you brush your teeth at the start of the interview? Why midway through?
I never got my teeth gonna be yellow and shit. I drunk.
You ain't never brush your teeth like that ever in your life.
I'm doing this shit right now on the block. I got a car toothbrush. You don't got no car toothbrush.
I love him flexing his oral hygiene. You never see.
Let me get this. This is St. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 35. This is how we know that this stuff was supposed to happen. It's bound to happen, right? St. Matthew 10, I'm going to verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. I mean, this meaning what? Other Israelites. Your foes are going to be people from your own house, because who lives in a house? Family. Who's the family? The 12 tribes of Israel. Who's doing the unaliving of each other? The 12 tribes of Israel. A man's foes shall be they of his own household. Because he's not talking about spinning the block on some Moabites, right? He's not talking about spinning the blocks on some Hamites. He's talking about spinning the block on his own people.
Nobody brushed their teeth like this.
I'm outside in the trenches. Niggas be having yuck mouth outside. You want to be all in niggas' face. Your birth be twinging. Get out my mid.
Yo, give us the rundown. Where we at right now?
Right now, we on 42nd and Parkside. This my block. This was Die Fetty, RP Die. Like, we used to slap box all back here. All we do is slap. Like, this the slap box joint right here. Like, if you step right here, you got slap box.
Wow.
Yeah. This shit is abandoned, bro. This hood abandoned. Not even houses wise. I'm saying, like, loss. That's our first YBC loss. Oh, he pissing right here, but look, right here, this is crib. It's Josh crib right here.
He passed?
Yeah, he passed away. I got him tatted on my face right here. For Josh too. Like all my homies book, bro. Like none of my niggas out here. Peso, Waters, Zon, like nobody home. Band up guys, but like, it ain't nobody home. Zeke. It's the best block, bro. The Poppy store. We got the Poppy. We on 43rd and Walusen right now. All my niggas book. Free Zeke too. Free Zeke the Reaper, bro. This twin block.
Gunshot right there.
You know what it is. That's because you know I just was telling you about Josh.
Because everything's all about correction. Let's go to about the tattoo, about the Josh on his face. This is Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Most High. So the Bible tells us that we ain't supposed to be getting no tattoos at all, right? This is all about correcting the YN and the YN's behavior. So if you're watching this, you know, I do have it's a demographics that watch the playback, and I see that it's YNs that watch this, right? It's YNs that be watching.
Right? I was right here tagging up. Josh was supposed to come meet me. No bullshit. I was tagging weed. I was supposed to go meet him at the corner of the block. All I heard is gunshots. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm hearing gunshots right now.
Bro, that shit regular, but all I'm hearing is gunshots. Boom, boom, boom. Bro, my man band up y'all coming around the corner. He said, bro, Josh, bro. I just broke down crying. I'm like, damn, bro.
Sorry to hear that. Rest in peace.
Our ops block right here, bro. On my soul, on J Soul. They from Belmont Ave. They crib right there, bro. That they be getting clapped on that Q Rizzy and all them niggas from right there, bro. The nigga that's in the car over there right now, my man Waters clapped him. He told him he can't bust no traps. Bro, only reason why he parked out here because Waters not out here right now, bro. Wallahi, bro.
He just said some Arabic stuff right now.
He know it, bro. Niggas know what's up, bro. My man shot him.
So he probably really hates you, yeah?
Bro, it's Mr. Disrespectful. Like, you think this shit a game? He pulled off, right? Or am I wrong?
No, he did pull off.
All right. We outside, bro. What's up, boy? What's up? Look at the old folk. They are, you know, we rolling. We rolling right now.
Talk to your fans.
This is Philly. Welcome to Philly, y'all.
Yeah.
Come check us out. There's a lot of good things happening in Philly.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is. Let's go to the category again, right? Here it is. He's probably in the age group of 49 to 60, an elder, right? Old head, a pops or old school, right? But look, you think he up here? You think he up here teaching these YNs what to do, the right thing to do? Let's see. Let's see if he says anything to them.
Someone is shooting a lot right over there.
Yeah.
You hearing that?
Yeah, there's a lot of that goes on around here.
We have heard 7 gunshots in the past.
Yeah, they're shooting a gun very close, like a block away, repeatedly. We've heard like 30 gunshots in the past 2 minutes.
Literally, there must be a battle going on somewhere near here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get away from all these gunshots. Fuck all that.
Look at it.
Yo, we're driving towards the
Edomites
gunshots.
up in the
Wow.
hood.
Yo,
let me see. It's a part on here. Let me see. Right here. Get ready to wrap it up. But I got to play this right. I got to make sure I thumb down this video. Right, thumbs up. Got to thumbs down this video. You see. Wanted to play this part real quick before we get up out of here. Man, it's just buffering.
Free 12, fuck 12. Free 12, fuck 12. Free 12, fuck 12. Fuck the cops. We don't respect no fucking cops. Do it look like I respect the cops? Mr. Disrespectful. Who that right there looking at me?
Why do they call you Mr. Disrespectful?
Because I don't give a fuck who you is. I will disrespect you. That's why they call me that.
I'm outside right now with the most disrespectful rapper in America.
And we on feet on land. Feet on land. They in the comments on no jumper till my man don't be outside. My man outside every day, all day.
No, man, it's just too many dudes. It's too many dudes for me, man. I never did. Like, even when I was that age, I didn't like hang with so many dudes. Like, it's just too many. All that
y'all know what the fuck
testosterone is not being directed in the right way. That's another
Big
thing
shit.
too.
Miss, welcome down. Miss, welcome down.
Yeah, right here. Right here.
Oh, private shit, Nick.
That's me. This man out here in the A6, he ain't ready to run.
Nick on the block, middle of the trenches.
Never out on the block.
My man never was on the block.
This is the first Mormon, the first church of Latter.
This man is Mormon in the hood right now, right? But if I was to go up inside there, it would have been like, oh, where you from? That may not even have asked. But here it is. You have this. Is what I'm saying. This is Cain, right? Through the spirit. Esau has that mark of Cain on him, where he's protected, where nothing is going to happen to him, right? That's just the part I wanted to show. Let me just get a couple more verses real quick, right? Let me get a couple more verses. Because like I said, it's straight foolishness. I'm going to go to the book of, let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 30 and verse 12. Bow down his neck while he is young. That means humble him, your child, right? Instruct your child. Bow down his neck when he is young and beat him on the sides while he is a child. This is correction right here. Lest he wax stubborn, he becomes a rebel and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thine heart. Verse 13, chastise thy son and hold him to labor, meaning correct your son and hold him to labor, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee. You see that right here? The Bible is a true book. This is correction right here. Let me get let's get it let me go up to verse 1 real quick. Ecclesiastes 30 and verse 1. He that loveth his son, if you love your son, causes him off to fail the rod, meaning to be correction, that he may have joy of him in the end, meaning you're not going to be having to bury your child, right? So you're going to correct your child before it's too late, right? Let's end this with what we began with, the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, in verse 6 again. Train up a child in the way he should go. Raise that child in the scriptures. Raise that child in showing him how to fear the Most High. Teaching your child to fear the Most High. And fear the Most High doesn't mean reverence him. It doesn't mean to respect the Most High. It means to be afraid of him. Teach your child to be afraid of the Most High. And when he is old, when he gets older, when he becomes an unk, when he becomes old school, when he becomes an elder, he will not depart from it. Meaning he's going to teach the things that he learned coming up, right? So is there any questions at all out there in the chat, right? Any questions in the chat? You know, next week's class, we're going to talk about the lake of fire, right? We're going to talk about that. We're going to go into the lake of fire. We're going to talk about hell. We're going to talk about these things, right? You know, these are things we have to go into right here. We're going to talk about these things. So definitely make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit the notification. We got the elders class coming up on the 4th day, right? We have another class from the elder coming up on the 6th day. Then we got camp classes out there teaching on the streets of Hollywood, right? So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share the video. Make sure you pass this information around because we are living in the last days and we have to get it right before it's too late, right? So with that, I want to say Kwam Abanau Yahweh, Kwam Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and Kwam Yasha Allah. Until we meet again, Shalom.